Item Number SCP-2232. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Each instance of SCP-2232 is to be kept in a standard, safe class containment locker when not in use. Using SCP-2232 to make calls or send text messages must be done in the presence of a certified bird handler. SCP-2232 must not be left unattended while being charged. Use of SCP-2232 instances for tracking telephone-based anomalies, including SCP-1750, has been approved on a case-by-case basis. Description: SCP-2232 is a smartphone superficially resembling a sky blue Samsung Galaxy S4, running on a modified version of the Android operating system listed as Android 5.7.4 Delicious Sunflower Seeds. SCP-2232's casing has so far resisted all attempts to be opened, and any attempts to do so have resulted in SCP-2232 vibrating violently and emitting a loud, squawking noise. 9 instances of SCP-2232 are currently in Foundation possession, labeled as SCP-2232-1 through -10. Update: as per Incident 2232-01, SCP-2232-03 has been neutralized. Samples of its remains are currently stored in the Inert Biological Sample Wing of Site-77. Using SCP-2232 to call a valid telephone number causes it to transform into a common hill mina, which then appears to reproduce via budding to produce a second, smaller mina. The second instance, designated SCP-2232-A, will then attempt to fly directly towards the location of the dialed telephone. SCP-2232 has been found to be able to locate both mobile and landline telephones once provided with the appropriate number. However, should SCP-2232 be used to call telephones located more than 40 kilometers away, it will instead prompt the user to kindly enable airplane mode for long-distance communication. Once it has reached its destination, SCP-2232-A will then attempt to attract the attention of the nearest human being by mimicking loud noises like alarms or heavy machinery, or flapping its wings in his or her face. From this point onwards, SCP-2232 and SCP-2232-A will function as a two-way voice transmission system, with speech addressed to the former instantaneously vocalized by the latter, and vice versa. The call can be terminated any time by grabbing either mina and turning it gently upside down, resulting in SCP-2232 reverting to its smartphone form, and SCP-2232-A disappearing in a puff of carbon dust. Using SCP-2232 to send a text message to a valid mobile telephone number causes SCP-2232 to transform into a homing pigeon, designated SCP-2232-B. SCP-2232-B will then travel towards the messaged mobile telephone, vocalize the text message, and travel back to its original location. Enabling airplane mode from SCP-2232's settings will apparently allow calls and messages to be sent to any location on Earth. However, SCP-2232 will instead assume the form of, in the case of a text message, or produce an instance of, in the case of a telephone call, a great white pelican, designated SCP-2232-C. SCP-2232-C will then proceed to travel towards the location of its recipient. Upon reaching its destination, SCP-2232-C will open its beak, revealing either an instance of SCP-2232-A or SCP-2232-B, which will then perform its intended function as detailed above. Once the intended function has been performed, SCP-2232-C appears to consume the instance of SCP-2232-A or SCP-2232-B and fly back towards its original location. The avian forms of SCP-2232 will stop for food and water along their journeys, rest when tired, and have been known to ride on vehicles to reach their destinations. SCP-2232 is highly impractical as a form of communication, as short-range calls can take up to a day to reach its recipient, while long-range intercontinental transmissions are estimated to take up to several years. Incident 2232-01. Following scheduled experimentation on 3/5/15, Research Assistant Chang left SCP-2232-03 plugged into its charging port overnight in storage locker number 284. When the containment locker was reopened the next day, a large white mass rapidly expanded outwards from it, pinning Research Assistant Chang onto the opposite wall of the storage room and swiftly obscuring view of the security cameras. On-site security forces found the door of the storage room blocked from the inside, and eventually gained access using low-yield explosives. The inside of the storage room appeared to be uniformly lined with a thick layer of flesh covered in white feathers, with the exception of the inside of locker number 284, which was heavily charred. Samples of the flesh sent for analysis revealed it to be of avian origin, and consisted of living muscle tissue connected to a rudimentary blood supply with several hearts. An extensive skeletal framework supporting the muscle tissue was also discovered, apparently made of copper, glass, and assorted plastics. Site maintenance staff, armed with propane torches and machetes, eventually extracted the body of Research Assistant Chang and evacuated the other items contained in the storage room. The remaining flesh was then excised and the room disinfected with bleach. Incident 2232-02. On 28/15, SCP-2232-08 began vibrating and cawing on its own accord. Its screen indicated that it was receiving an incoming long-distance call. With permission from Head Researcher Tannenbaum, Research Assistant Go answered SCP-2232-08, which promptly assumed its Mina form. The following conversation was recorded. Begin log. Hello? Oh my god, you found my phone! Thank you so much. I thought I left it in the cassowary when I went to work and... Sorry. To whom am I speaking to here? Oh, this is Casey Durham. I live in... on the Lower East Side, Seagull. Listen, is there any way for you to return my phone to me? Well, see, we can't exactly return your phone at the moment. Oh, I'm not in any trouble, am I? Dear Lord, that one time I was in the accident with the blue-footed booby was bad enough. I don't think I... Excuse me. The blue-footed booby? Yeah, it just swerved into my lane and it didn't even sound the horn or anything or signal, and the headlights and the passenger door on the old cassowary was just all busted up for weeks. I had to pay the repairman, and the insurance flamingo was simply insane, and sorry, it's been a rough few months for me. Listen, I've got some very important contacts and pictures on that bird. It means a lot to me, believe me. If there's a nearby Australian bush turkey you can drop in a package and just put it in the interstate mail slot number 23 and send it right to the doorstep of my Sphinx macaw. That's okay with you, right? Could you clarify what you mean by voice call roaming limit exceeded? Please contact your local Wingtail representative for inquiries on any additional roaming charges incurred. End log.